we go. I'm live. Water. Why do we have water? Why do we have water? I don't understand this. I have a water trap. What the heck is going on? Hello! Whoever that was. The hello came in and vanished so fast. Thanks for joining. Alright, now I currently have a water situation in my compressor. My water trap seems to have taken a fat dump. I don't know why. The airbrush atomizes paint so well, I guess it doesn't matter. So, let's keep going here. Sorry if I'm quiet at the moment, it's just all this water coming out of this stupid airbrush compressor. Come on. Wait a minute. Holy crap! It's like one of those things where you gotta remember to like empty the water trap. Whoa! I haven't emptied this thing in so long I completely forgot it existed, and so now I got like water all over the place the second I pulled the nozzle. Yikes! Yikes! But I got no more water coming out of my airbrush, so that's a big plus. But holy cow. I could move the camera around, but I'm not going to do that because why am I going to do that? Alright. So now I could start getting the rest of this kit painted, but I got to make sure I am doing this according to plan. Okay, so I'm going to have no choice but to mask this. Masking time. Masking sucks. It takes forever, but I mean, it's worth it. Yeah, let's get this, what happened to my X-Acto blade? I'm gonna go steal my wife's X-Acto blade. That's okay, she's not working, she won't know. Until she starts watching this live. The only problem with her X-Acto blade is it's got clay on it because she does like polymer jewelry and stuff like that. But that's okay, I can work around that. Alright, so masking. Yep, that's basically it. So if you have good masking tape, you'll be able to see through it. I used the Tamiya stuff. And I can see where all those light areas are is what I got to cut away. So, let's do that. This is the part that's like, you know, how do I make something like this interesting while I am cutting tape? There isn't much way to make this interesting because, well, this job is tedious, it's annoying, but in a lot of regards, if you want a certain type of paint effect and proper masking, it's necessary. I gotta look on the other side because I'm a little confused here. Okay, there we go. All I'm doing is cutting away this tape because I'm going to leave this color that I did as the base on here. And let's make sure I cut that right. No, I didn't. Gotta cut it again. There we go. Get that out. Alright, we're good. Now this side can be, this is like the best part with tape or masking, when you actually take it off and then see all the stuff underneath. But right now, I'm just doing the base masking. So, alright. This color that I just taped off. Hello, Paul. Hello, Milad. Hello, Ozzy. Howdy. Thanks for joining, folks. If you guys got any questions for me, feel free to ask. I'll keep looking up from time to time as I can do so. And I'll be glad to answer whatever questions you may have that I can answer. All right, so that's basically just masking right there. So if I flip it around to this side, this part right here is what I'm keeping this base sea blue color. The rest of this I'm going to paint a different color. I don't know what yet. Maybe a matte black, but I'll find out. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to paint that matte black. Or maybe I'll not. I don't know. I'm still undecided. That's the problem. When doing this kind of stuff, I get indecisive at times. And then finally, I'm just like, all right, forget it. I'm tired of debating. And I just do something. And like 9 out of 10 times, that works out pretty good. It's still annoying as anything to go through that little indecisive phase. But it happens. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. This is like always one of the challenges while working. I could never understand how people do like these cooking shows where they're making all these meals and, you know, it's supposed to turn out good, but they're talking to the camera, and then because they weren't paying attention, either they mask it really well when they miss an ingredient and the food turns out tasting like a poop, and or they just are that good where they can multitask talking and not screw up their dish. See, for me, the odds are great right now while I'm on here with all of you. I'm going to mess something up. But you see, I probably won't say I did, just so I look like I'm professional doing this, even though I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Let's see. Phileas. Hello. Yes, yes. So we'll see. Maybe I take I turn this paint job into a giant turd because I'm talking to everyone while I'm doing it. Oh no, that actually came out good. So I got nice clean. Stop dropping. You're not on fire. Don't drop and roll. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks good. So that's masked. Well, let me see. Why is it not showing me the chats at all times? I want to see all messages visible. There we go. Man, see? Jesse just said something. I couldn't see it because of this dumb chat. I'm not used to this. Hey man, hope all is well. It is. Do I have any advice for better masking methods? Good to see you too, Jabuta. Let's see. I'm using Tamiya masking tape, but whenever I spray, the edges are splotchy, even on the straight edge of the tape. Okay. First off, I got a question for you. What exactly is the surface you're spraying on flat? Like completely flat? Because sometimes if it's not completely flat, you can mask the area, but if the mask is not stuck and adhered well enough, the paint is going to bleed underneath, or you're spraying too thick. Sometimes if it's too thick, it's going to bleed underneath the masking tape, and it's going to look like garbage. So answer me that, and I'll see what I can do for you there. No, it's not flat. It's a difficult piece of a model aircraft. It's one big piece of plastic. I do spray thin quotes. Okay. Look into liquid masking tape. You can buy the stuff at just about any hobby store or online. What you can do with that is actually brush, and it creates like a thin film of latex over it, and then you could just peel it right off. That is what I would always suggest for doing very rounded or ornate types of paint work, very thin, fine paint areas, because the paint can't go through that. It's just a chemical literally drying on the surface, and the paint's not going to bleed through that whatsoever. So liquid masking will be your friend in that regard. It takes a little bit longer because you got to put it on and let it dry, and put another layer on, let it dry, and that'll work. Can I give a wooden effect to Gundam? That's actually something I'm going to be testing out later on this year. I know how to do wood effects for like wood, like faux finishing, and like walls. I can make a wall with paint effects look like wood. There's tools to make that happen. How I would be able to do that on a Gundam on a smaller scale, I think, yeah, liquid tape does exist. It's life, trust me. You never see me using it, but I do use it from time to time. I just never put it out there that I'm using it. Now, wood effects, I think one of the easiest ways you can manage that, look online for its FAUX, faux finishing wood effect. What you're going to find is a, what's it called? It's like a quarter circle slab, if you will, and it has grooves cut out in it. And what you do with that is you go on a flat surface and you start to drag it down, but you turn it as you're dragging it down, and it leaves the effect. Now, in my thought, I'm going to let you in on how my thought process works when I create different finishes. I'm thinking I can manage the same thing on a smaller scale, but I'm probably going to have to get a round dowel, cut it to a quarter, and then pick up rubber stamp material, which is like, the thick rubber, but it has a sticky side. Adhere it to that, and with a cutout tool to make custom stamps, I'm probably going to have to cut the grooves out and do the same thing. Just roll it onto the different Gundam pieces and see if it works that way. This is how I experiment. This is how I find different things, and sometimes I can introduce maybe something new to the community. I don't know if that will be, how new that's going to be, but I know for my sake, I've never seen anyone do it. So I would give that a shot. Santosh, you got it, man. My pleasure. Let's see what else I could do. See, now these parts right here that are very tiny, I'm not going to mask this. This I can do with a brush. David! Hey, man! Holy crap. I think you messaged me. I feel bad I never replied. I'm sorry. I will reply. I just don't know what in the world you messaged me. My inbox gets inundated, so sometimes it takes me a day or two to sort through everything, and I haven't had the chance yet. But I will answer you. I always do. You know that. You're a good man. Let's see what else. Alright, so now this is masked. I am going to mask. Gotta make sure these edges are good and clean before I start doing any masking, because yes, that's acceptable. Yep. Alright. Gonna mask this now. Let's see what else. Come on. No, I don't want to hide all chat. Why does this do this? Stop hiding my messages. Stop it. I didn't think today was going to turn into a, hey, I'm masking right now video, but I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I have to take breaks while I work because, physically speaking, I can't handle this kind of work in a long-term thing, hunched down. So there's going to be a moment while I'm doing this where basically it just becomes a Q&A or whatever the heck you guys want to talk about. And I'll take my break doing that, hearing you all out, seeing what you got to say. If you need any help with anything. It's funny because I said that in my last video. Oh, balls, I think I made a bad cut. Did I make a bad? I made a bad cut. I think I did. I made a bad cut. But that's nothing I can't fix. I hope. Come on, paint. Okay, there we go. See, the scribing lines that are on this resin kit are very shallow at times. So when you're dealing with shallow scribing lines, it's hard to see them through the paint. You know what? I gotta look. I gotta put on the jeweler's glasses. Particular brand of liquid masking. Let me go back and look at that. Okay. Is there any particular brand of that liquid masking tape you spoke of? I tried searching on the Big A just now, and there were a bunch of huge cans. No, Winsor & Newton, believe it or not. It's used for watercoloring and, painting like that. But that stuff works. It works very well. You can look into liquid latex. Liquid latex will work too because it peels right off of a shiny surface or a non-porous surface. So that's generally what the Gundams are. So polystyrene is non-porous. So look into doing that. The Winsor & Newton one works though. Can you hear my dog having a heart attack in the background? Probably not because the fan is very loud. He sits by the window in our bedroom. We have a golf course in our backyard. So whenever anybody is playing golf, he doesn't like that. So he screams and yells like an idiot. Alrighty. So that's one little bit down there. Okay, that's good. That's good. I got this groove here that I'm a little nervous about. But odds are I'm probably going to paint that groove. almighty, my arm hurts. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I think I got more comments here. Oh, sweet. The Windsor & Newton one was one of the options. Thanks. Can look into it. Yeah, do it. It'll work, Jesse. Trust me. It's just like I said, it takes a little time to drive between coats. But, you know, if you have patience, and let's face it, when you're making model kits, you need patience. Sorry, guys. I got to do this real quick because my eyes... flip that up. There we go. My eyes are not that great anymore for these tiny little things. That's part of getting old. Okay. So now, it's funny. I come from a family line of jewelers on my grandfather's side of the family. That was the family business for decades. They were all jewelers. David, did you know if you're still on here, David, did you know my grandfather, Perice? I think you do. But anyway, they were all jewelers. And so, whenever I wear these jeweler's glasses, yeah, you know, when I wear these jeweler's glasses, that's what it reminds me of. And ironically enough, I almost went into doing jewelry for a living. This was long before I met my wife. My wife now, I should say. And I just did a lot of mold making and did sculpting and all that. But let's see here. Color and paint mixing. You know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm just going to talk to everybody right now because my arm is killing me and it's break time anyway. Let's see here. Did anyone take me up on the custom color paint mixing? A lot of people were interested, but not enough. It's just one of those things that I would do it if I had, let's say, 100 people that were interested, because then I could, it's not going to become an annoyance for me throughout the day to stop what I'm doing to mix like 4 or 5 different colors and then go and pack them up and mail out. That's something that I would rather do and spend like a given day doing. So if I get enough orders for custom colors, I will take the time out and say, okay, Mondays are used for mixing custom colors. I've got 100 orders to fill. I can spend the day doing that and then mail them out. And then the last 4 days, 5 days, 6 if I work through the weekend, those I can use working on the Gundam kits. So I would need to get at least 100 people interested in me doing my custom color mixes to send out. And then I would start doing it. For you, I could do it though, David. You're close, so it's not a big deal. Let's see what other questions I got right here. Robbie, I'm new to this hobby and I would like to ask, is it better to put top coat before or after panel lining? Well, that depends, Robbie. If you're painting in gloss colors, you can do the gloss first, then panel line, and then clear coat after that to seal everything. If you're using flat colors or matte colors, those are very porous colors. So the second you go to panel line on a matte or a flat finish, it's going to blob all over the place, and that's an unsalvageable thing. So if you're painting in gloss finishes, you can paint in gloss, let it dry, do the panel line, clean it off, and then clear coat over. Or if the particular color that you're using is only in a flat or matte finish, then you can spray the matte or flat color, the base, clear coat over that, but remember, use a gloss clear or even a semi-gloss, but I would advise against that because even a semi-gloss, if you're using panel line solution, can still bleed. But use a gloss and panel line over the gloss, and you should be okay in that regard. Any other questions? Let's see. A friend had plans for plastic metal panel lining over... Let me say that again now. You know what? I'm actually going to take my fan off so you can hear me better. 1 second. Okay, fan's off. Now you can hear me. All right. Let's see that question. What was that? Stop. Do it, man. Show me the live chat. Stop it. Man, doing this on my phone sucks. Okay. So that's I already answered that for the panel lining. Any other questions, Robbie? Ask me by all means. Okay, Jesse, a friend had plans for... Thank you very much, Robbie. I appreciate it. It's because of you I can do this still. Let's see. A friend had plans for metallic panel lining over a piece painted black. Is it possible to use reverse wash? Man, stop fading. Reverse wash or some other method to achieve this. You can use reverse wash and you can do metallic panel lining, but you're going to want to do it with a mix of lacquer base and then acrylic metallics. That's probably going to be your best bet, or vice versa. It just really depends. I think Awesome Toys TV, if you check them out, they actually did a interview of me not too long ago. You can check that out too if you haven't seen it. But they just did a reverse wash tutorial. It was like a 4 or 5 minute video straight to the point, which is like the best way, in my opinion, to do stuff. Get to the point. So check them out. They'll show you how to do it, and you can get a pretty good idea there. I do believe they used the metallic reverse wash technique on that, but it will work for panel lining too. It's tedious, and but it's possible. I've done it in the past. It will work. Let's see. Any other questions we got here? Okay, what happens if you mix green and red paint? Green and red, you're going to get brown. It's going to become a doo-doo brown color, or it's going to look like unhealthy diarrhea. But then again, all diarrhea is unhealthy. But that's kind of the color you're going to get with red and green. It doesn't look good. But if you're doing like a doo-doo brown themed, UPS truck themed like Gundam, then hey, mix red and brown. It'll be great. Or an Aftermath of Taco Bell Gundam edition. Do that. It'll be fantastic. Let's see. Any other questions? Live chat. Come on, give me those questions, people. I'm just chilling right now. So I'm waiting on you. Let's talk. We can talk about anything. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do for you guys? It'll make it so this way I keep this video up online afterward and I don't delete it when it's done. What are you working on now? I am working on a resin conversion goof, which is this guy right here. This is what I'm doing. What do I think is the best gold color? Ooh, that's a tough one. Alclad probably makes some of the most beautiful golds and metallics. I love Alclad. They're lacquers, but they're gorgeous colors. Believe it or not, the Tamiya one is nice too. It's a thicker gold leaf too. I mean, thicker metal flake inside of it. I got paint on my face. I just realized that. Thanks for telling me, jerks. So, yeah, there's the Tamiya one is good, but it just has a bigger metal flake to it. Let's see. But yeah, I would say try Alclad. Alclad has some beautiful stuff. Checking YouTube before going back to work from lunch break. I saw you were on and said to myself, it'll be worth it to be late just to watch. I'll watch the rest later. Stay safe. Dude, thank you, Jabuto. You are awesome. I appreciate that. And I'm going to probably just upload this so everybody can see it and keep it on because I'm talking about a lot of different things here. Hey, any advice for getting into arcade cabinet building or custom fight stick? Thanks in advance. Yes, Ryan, I got tons of advice on that. I'm actually going to make a video on how to make a fight stick. Mine is buried right now under these parts, so I'm going to move these parts. Ah! No! Oh, good. These are pieces I'm not using. Sorry. I just dropped a couple of Gundam pieces. My bad. That was a lovely feminine scream I had going there. Okay. All right. So here is the arcade stick. This guy I made with... This is an IKEA cutting board. Bamboo cutting board. It's $10 at IKEA. It's awesome. Buy one. They're always sold out, though. But if you can find one, get it. The joystick here, these are all Suzo Hap, not Hap, what the heck am I talking about? That's the USA stuff. These are all Sanwa parts that I've used. This is a Sanwa JLF stick. I have a 4-pound spring, actually a 2-pound spring inside here. The shaft I kept the same height. It's short. I like a short throw. The 2-pound gives it the perfect amount of tension for me. No play in it. I have a 1mm oversized actuator inside here, which on the inside, where all the little clicky buttons are, the actuators, the switches, I should say, it's slightly oversized, so there's like hairpin trigger to be able to get everything to move. Perfect for fighting games. So this is nothing more than 1 inch by 1 inch. Here, let me just flip it upside down so you see how it is. That lovely mess in there. This is my personal one, so I don't care about neatness. But I also, this is the Raspberry Pi right here. That's the air cooler I got for it. I have RGB lights set up inside of here, so when it turns on, they light up. This is how everything wired. That is my zero delay board right there. This is the black part underneath this C-clip here is the 1mm actuator and octagonal gate. You can get all those parts on focusattack.com or Paradise Arcade. So there you go. Let's see who else is asking. Let's see these questions. Man, this is great. I love talking to you all. Okay. Can you make a bone finish to a Gundam? Yes, you can, Santosh. You're going to want to use some beige, different, what's the word? Different shades of beige, and you're going to want to use color washing, like brown color washes to it. You can put grooves inside and then let the color, you paint it the base color, and then you do the color wash over it, and that will give those recessed looks like bone has, or dirty bones, so to speak. Maybe I'll make a tutorial on that down the line, but it is possible. What I just told you right there should be a good starting point. And let's see here. Let's go. Can you make it? What is the hardest Gundam you've made? Just a random question. Well, Paul, I appreciate the question. The hardest Gundam that I made, it's not a level of difficulty for me and technicality in building them, you know. But one of the worst quality or the worst quality kit I ever built that was an unnecessary challenge because of the quality was the Sandrock that I just did recently. Nothing fit. Everything had to be drilled out, sanded. I mean, it was a stinking nightmare. So as far as difficulty, that was artificially difficult because of garbage quality. And that was, I forget the company who makes it, but it's just so awful. Avoid it by all means. Check my Instagram and you'll see it was horrible. Now, as far as I have a hard time doing repetitious parts, I hate doing that. I do it, I just hate doing it. Judner, your average consumer, I did a funnel expansion set for a new Gundam. This is now going back 4 years ago. It's kind of crazy to think it's been that long. 4 years. Holy cow, time has flown. Wow, but it's been about 4 years ago, and I had to do a bunch of different funnels, and that sucked. I hate doing that because you got to keep uniformity through everything, and yeah, that was terrible. Masking everything the same part like 15, 20 times, it's horrible. So there's your answer there. Let's see. So it's for morning. So is it morning for you guys? For me, is this middle of the night? You guys have a nice chat. I'm gonna go hit the sack. Oh, Sam, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate Sam Andre Della Vega. That's a lot of names. Thanks for joining, man. Have a good sleep. It's actually afternoon over here for me. Do you plan on entering anything into competitions? Actually, as far as my ideas on competitions, this is for who's saying this right now. Synonym. I don't do competitions. Check out Awesome Toys TV on YouTube, my interview there, and I will tell you exactly why I don't do competitions, and why I feel the way that I do about them. Have you built the PG Unleashed RX-78? What do you think about it? I have not. I'm hoping I do have one customer, he's more of a friend now at this point, but I have one customer who I'm doing a lot of builds for. Oh, that's a dirty vent. Oh my god, I gotta clean that. That's nasty. Let's do that. The vent is gone now. Life is good. It's clean. I have not built that RX-78. I want to do it. I'm going to ask him and see if he wants me to do it for him. Odds are he'll probably say yes. So down the line, if I do that build, I'll give you guys a review, build, all that other kind of stuff that I normally do. But it looks awesome. That's my thoughts on it. It looks awesome. Let's see here. You got it, Ryan Persaud. My pleasure. Thanks for the question. How much do Gundams cost in India? Sujith, I don't live in India. I wish I could tell you. I know it's probably a lot more. The rupee to dollar is a bit different. So they're probably a bit more expensive. I say this based on I've had some folks from India asking me these questions. And or they tell me they're very expensive over there, and they ask me if there's any place overseas that I can suggest to them to buy them from. I would say the best bet is just check out Amazon. Check out by the way, does Amazon India have their own Amazon conversion? I don't know. Let me know. But check out Amazon for some Gundam kits. eBay is a good resource as well. That's basically what I could tell you. The Moon is $240 for a Moon Gundam. Good lord. That's a lot. As with anything, though, let me prop this phone up right here. As with anything, though, hobbies are going to you're going to be able to do stuff in the hobbies as far as your how much you can afford. But shop around, man. Don't stay stuck with just finding one thing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna let the phone just keep going. I'm not moving, and I'm sliding. I'm sliding right now. It's going. Eventually, y'all are just gonna stare at my ceiling. Yep. No, that's terrible. Fix that back up again. Okay, let me go back there. Yeah, check out Amazon, check out eBay. That's the best thing I could tell you. Or any local people selling stuff. Like over here, we have what's called OfferUp. There's Craigslist, but you normally only want to use Craigslist if to meet up with someone. You only use Craigslist if you want to die and meet up with someone, because 9 out of 10 times you're going to get robbed or killed. But anyway, look at local forums, online forums, and see who's selling things locally. You may be able to get good deals that way, and you can bypass the stores altogether. So I would check that out. All right. Paul, have you ever built a diorama? I have. I've built a few dioramas in my day. Check my Instagram because I did a bunker build for a few resin conversion kits a while back. And it was a series of 3 resin conversion kits. It was a Gyaradoga, a Dom figure, and a Comfer. Those 3 were all meant to go on this bunker build. I made explosions on it, did all that other kind of stuff, wired in some street lights, LEDs. Check that out. You'll see pictures of it in my Instagram. Let's see what else we got here. I only know, let's see, Nagisa? I only know how much they cost in Switzerland. Rule of thumb is double the price from Japan. Yeah, that's essentially what I've seen too. Like I said, again, bypass big stores. It's good to be able to support local stores, but sometimes if you cannot afford it and you really want to get into building Gundams, check out local forums. Check out Gundam forums online. Check out any for sale ads that you may have online. Sometimes people are selling stuff and you can get them very good deals that way. Let's see here. Have you heard of any organization doing Gunpla mentors? No, Maka, but actually that's funny you say that because I've thought about doing that. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. My position in the Gundam community I think is a little bit different because as you can see, I'm not loaded with 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 subscribers or anything like that. It would be nice to have that. But I don't produce content constantly like a lot of the other builders do because my real work and my living comes from building Gundams and doing commission work. So I can only film so much. But doing Q&As like this and being able to help anybody that I possibly can, I'm always down for that. So while I say, again, this channel may not be filled with a lot of different videos, you can always feel free to ask me questions, whether it's on my Instagram or here in the comments section, because I answer everybody that YouTube tells me has commented. So I'm glad to mentor anyone that I can and teach anyone I can with what I know. I, by all means, don't know everything, but I do know a good amount. So I'm here to help wherever you can. If anybody else chooses to help, that's awesome. Get the help. Okay, let's see. How much do Gundams cost in dollar in your area? Suji, normally it depends. So let's say a regular master grade RX-78 over here would cost anywhere between $40 to $50. I know in India that's probably going to be about $100 to $150. So it is a big difference. Again, the rupee to dollar ratio is pretty off right now at the moment. But again, as I'll say, check out local forums and we'll go from there. Let's see who else is here. That seems to be it for the questions, which is good for right now because I got to get back to work. So I'm going to take my camera. I'm going to put it back in my spray booth. Let's get to work. All right. Those are all the hands. I had to move that stuff there. This stuff is all good here. This stuff is all good there. I think I'm in a position where I could start to assemble now some parts. Oh, no. I forgot I got the inner frame pieces that I had to start painting, which is all right here. By the way, if you guys are looking for a means to be able to organize your kits, your parts I should say, get this. Get a part organizer. This is actually used for tools. I got this at a local hardware store, which was Home Depot. Lowe's sells them as well. About overseas, I don't know what hardware stores you all have. But how I have this set up is left and right leg parts are here. This is weapons and accessories right here. Right arm, head, chest, waist, all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be a very easy way when you're cutting the parts out on your Gundam kits to sort them and not lose anything. It makes life a lot easier when it's time to build or when it's time to paint. So now I got to pull all these inner leg pieces out. I got to start prepping them for paint. Funny story. When I was working on this goof, I was looking at the instruction manuals for it, and we accidentally, the customer that I'm doing this for, we accidentally bought the wrong kit, the wrong goof. It was a goof custom, and then there's just the old goof. And it turns out this kit is using parts from both of them. And kind of strange, but it is what it is. So now what I got to do is start clipping this stuff. Now, as far as Gundam nippers, or I should say nippers that I use, I go between two of them, and actually I've had these far longer than they should have lasted, but I file them, I sharpen them. I do that by hand with my hand files, and they cut just as good as they were brand new. On this one, I don't know if you could see inside here, but you can see where I've been constantly cutting. I like keeping a very thin blade, thin at the tip, but thick all around here, because that allows me to have a little bit more strength. I had the God Hand nippers a long time ago that are just obscenely overpriced for what they are. And I had two pairs break on me because they were just too thin. So I like this method. I'm going to keep these for a very long time. I've dropped these things, and because they have some meat to them, I've never busted them. So yeah, $60 for nippers, no thanks. $100, definitely no thanks. $20 and $25, thank you. Yeah, I'll use these. Okay. Oh, crap. Yeah. Good thing those weren't painted parts. See, this is what happens when I'm like doing this live. I kind of don't pay attention. So on that note, I've been on here for almost 40 minutes. It has been awesome talking to you all. And I'm very appreciative you guys joined. This was pretty neat. If you all think I should do this some more, hit the like button, comment below once this video goes live. Because again, I answer a lot of questions. So I'm going to have to find a way to sort and organize all the stuff we're discussing. Maybe I'll have to just have a discussion about masking, another discussion about color mixing, another discussion about nippers, all those kinds of things. So this way the conversation could be easy for everybody to pick up on. So this is a learning experience for me too. I don't do these live videos. Anyway, thank you very much all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and bye. I said bye and now there's an awkward silence because I don't know how to end this. Ah, there we go.